News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Shots fired at officers during a high-speed pursuit, high drama in Missoula. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It is Friday, May 27, 2016. Sky is cloudy, and right now we have 41 degrees in Missoula. Our newscast this morning. Sorry, a little bit discombobulated here this morning. A lot going on. This newscast this morning sponsored by Nissan Hyundai of Missoula, celebrating their grand opening sale, offering a top dollar for your trades, up to 0% financing for up to 72 months. Our top story this morning, and still developing, law enforcement agencies throughout Missoula engaged in a high-speed chase this morning after a suspect in a charcoal 2010 Chevy Traverse that evidently was stolen fired shots at officers. The pursuit led from Brooks to Paxson into downtown Missoula and out onto the interstate and then back onto Highway 93. Here's a small portion of the communication from officers involved in the chase.
Suspect in the driver's seat, he was the one that fired the shot. Female victim in the front passenger seat. Suspect male in the rear driver's side seat. Victim male in the rear passenger side.
Confirm the guy did fire at officers. Affirm, me.
The two hostages were dropped off on Highway 93 near Sweetgrass Lane, and the suspects were reportedly on foot, perhaps looking for another vehicle. The hostages described the suspects as one white male and one black male, dressed in dark clothing. They're being pursued at last report by several different law enforcement agencies. And I believe I have one of those agencies on the phone right now, the spokesperson, public information officer for the Missoula County Sheriff's Office, Brenda Bassett. Brenda, good morning.
Good morning, Peter. How are you doing?
What do we know as of this point?
Well, this morning at around 3:30, Dino's Casino was robbed by two armed suspects. A short time later, they hijacked a car with a family traveling from Washington inside. They took authorities on high-speed pursuits through downtown Missoula. Because of those high rates of speed, the officers lost them. A short time later, near Broadway and West Palmer, they dropped off the two children and the grandmother, but the two parents were still inside that vehicle. Around 5:20 this morning, the parents were reportedly on Highway 93 North near mile marker 9 with that vehicle. So they're safe. Everyone's accounted for, but officers are still looking for those two suspects.
All right. From what I understand, they are armed and dangerous and did fire shots at officers. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yes, they are armed. They are dangerous. At one point during the pursuit, the suspect vehicle actually did a U-turn and fired at officers. So we just ask the public, if they see anything out of the ordinary, to please report it to 911 and to be diligent and notify our officers.
And very important not to try to approach. I understand these two individuals are now considered to be on foot.
We don't want to rule out that they could be in a vehicle as well. So we're kind of stationed up Highway 93 North right now, and we're going to maybe call in the K-9 unit. We're just kind of assessing the situation, and we have a lot of officers out patrolling. A lot of the agencies and neighboring counties are assisting us in the search as well.
All right. Now, Brenda, has anybody been injured? Any of the hostages or anyone at Dino's or any of the officers?
No, everyone's reportedly unharmed. Of course, they're a little bit shaken up. The parents were, of course, worried about their children, and everyone is safe, and hopefully they'll be reunited together very soon.
Do you have a description of the suspects?
Right now, they're talking to the family members to get a better description. I don't want to throw anything out there just yet, just because I don't want to give out anything that's false, but as soon as I get a better description, we'll put that out to media as soon as possible.
All right, Brenda, thank you very much, and you guys be safe out there.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. Brenda Bassett with the Missoula County Sheriff's Office. And we'll try to get updates on that story just as quickly as we can. A capacity crowd packed the Billings Metro yesterday as Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump brought his road show to Montana. Trump said he spent a great deal of his own money on the campaign, but has been dwarfed by other better-funded candidates and yet still won by large margins.
I spent $50 or $55 million of my own money, but other guys spent like $220, and they came in last. So let me ask you, would you rather have the guy that spent the least who came in first, or the guy that spent the most who came in last? Who do we want as our president?
On immigration, Trump said he would build the wall and allow only those who enter legally to immigrate to the United States. He then referenced how illegal immigrants have become a drain on America's entitlement programs.
Illegal immigrants get $1,261 more welfare than American families. $5,692 versus $4,431. How stupid are we?
Trump said one of the most important factors in this election is who would be nominating 3 or perhaps even 4 Supreme Court justices in the next 4 to 8 years.
So we're going to have 14, 15 judges that are phenomenal, that believe in all of the things we believe in, and very, very strong on the Second Amendment. They're pro-life. They're strong on the Second Amendment. They're highly, highly vetted. Highly vetted.
The man who introduced Trump in Billings, Montana's lone Congressman Ryan Zinke, was scheduled to be on KGVO this morning, but he may not be able to attend due to scheduling differences. U.S. Senator John Tester says he's introducing legislation to ratify the $2.3 billion water rights compact for the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes. Tester made the announcement yesterday, acknowledging that it's a first step in a long process toward full congressional approval. The College of Humanities and Sciences at U of M working on meeting cuts that seem to be higher than anyone anticipated. The department may even have to shave off to 50% of its operational costs. The news was a surprise and a shock to history professor Mirdad Kia, who says faculty were led to believe this wouldn't happen just a few weeks ago.
Earlier this month at a meeting of Faculty Senate, a question was raised to President Engstrom about the state of the university budget. In response to that question, President Engstrom reassured the university faculty that there would not be any further budgetary cuts.
Now, Kia says departments are being cut to the bone, in his view.
Some colleagues are looking into, for example, cutting their phones and not using paper syllabus. We are living in a state of affairs that even last year, despite all the budgetary cuts nobody could imagine, we are looking at every single item that can be eliminated so we can prevent the elimination of more faculty positions.
Vice President for Administration and Finance Mike Reed said the cuts are not new, but that particular departments may be facing tougher decisions now after reallocations from the provost.
There could be some things with the allocation coming down from the provost to the deans where some areas are being impacted greater than others. In total, it's a 2.5% reduction out of the provost operation. So there may be a situation where some deans are receiving a bigger reduction than they were anticipating based on how the provost has allocated that out.
For his part, Kia said the cuts are devastating and will limit the college's ability to communicate with and attract new students it desperately needs to boost revenue. News Talk time now is 6:13.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy skies today with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Highs will be well below normal as we stay stuck in the upper 50s and low 60s. It will be breezy at times with wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.